Again, hope to see him in the Supreme Court another time. I get to read my wife in 55 years peril. That means that the issues are alive and well, the spirit is alive and well. Matter of fact, not only is it alive and well, it's growing by leaps and bounds. It's been a tough struggle, but we will become noticed because what is we have in Washington today, it's not working, it's failing, and there has to come our way. They have to look to the ideas of liberty and bring this country out of the doldrums, and I predict that's what's going to happen. It is wonderful. I've been talking about these issues for a long time. I also love medicine, practiced medicine for a long time. I've been in Congress for 4 terms. We went back to medicine, but you know, I thought maybe the country's ready, maybe the changes will occur, and that was in '97. And even in 1997, I was a bit disappointed if there really wasn't. But there's something different going on right now. It started about 4 years ago. I think what's happened is the recognition by just about everybody in this country there's something seriously flawed with the government that we have today, and we have to change it. That's what I think. Tinkering with the edges, tinkering with the status quo, manage it this way. It's never, should we be managing things? Should we be in these wars? Should they be attacking our civil liberties? It's always, if you elect me, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to manage things differently. What we need is a lot less government management of our lives and a lot more individuals running. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. The one thing, though, is I'm convinced if you're a constitutional president, you really can't say that because the president is not supposed to be a king. The president is not supposed to say, enforce law and order. He's not supposed to go to war on his own. He's supposed to only go to war when the people endorse the war and the Congress votes for it. And the president certainly shouldn't get the authority from somebody outside this country, like the United Nations or NATO. They don't have the authority. No, a president can't and shouldn't even try to run the world. I mean, we have enough trying to run our own personal lives, so we shouldn't pretend we know what to tell other people to do. President shouldn't assume to run your lives. It's your life. You should run your life as you please. If you make mistakes, they're your mistakes. If you're successful, you should reap the benefits of your success. Has a responsibility to make sure that environment is correct, that you do have freedom and acceptance of property rights. But if you don't have that, and you can't expect a president to come in and say, under the conditions of economic intervention to run the economy, that it's only a decision that you argue, I can run the economy better than this guy, I can run the economy better. The president can't run the economy. The people have to run the economy, and you have to have your freedom. One thing certain that I discovered, matter of fact, it was one of the motivating factors for me to get involved in politics many years ago, and that's the issue of money. We all want prosperity. What we don't have prosperity now, and what we have is precarious, because there's a misunderstanding on economics. But basically, the people in Washington, even though they do things wrong, but people aren't against prosperity. But one thing was certain, and I decided this in the late 60s, 1970s, early 70s, when I started studying monetary policy. You cannot have a sound economy, you can't have a wealthy nation if you don't have sound money. A very good idea. Taking the initiative of obeying the Constitution. The states cannot use anything other than silver and gold as legal tender. So when we obey that, we'll have sound money. Accident that we have sound money put into the Constitution explicitly. It was one of the things that the founders put in because they had runaway inflation with the continental dollar. So they put in there, only gold and silver can be legal tender. There can be no printing press money, and there is no authority for a central bank. So therefore, what are we doing? Why have we allowed this to happen? For 100 years now, we have allowed the Federal Reserve to exist, and look at what they've given us. This is one place where we made tremendous progress with the people, because today, for the first time in the history of the Federal Reserve, which is 100 years old, today, the Federal Reserve and their monetary manipulations, they're creating a bubble and creating a recession. It is now an issue that almost all Americans know about today. Yep. We have to make them open the books and find out what they've been up to. They hear about Wall Street, it's Goldman Sachs and all the banks and the military. They do it in secret, and for us to allow them to get away with this is beyond. I don't think we will have a republic until we know exactly who's printing the money, why they're printing money, who they're bailing out, and who they're taking approximately 100 years ago. The attitudes changed. They changed about what the role of government ought to be. Our founders, the Water Revolution, they decided that the role of government wasn't all that complex. They said the role of government should be to protect liberty. No more complex than that. Protect liberty. That's what all political action should be. Working to protect individual liberty, not collective liberty. Liberty comes to us as individuals, not because we belong to a group. And everybody should have their liberty. The founders were very clear in their understanding that social, personal liberty is not different from economic liberty. Today, some people defend economic liberty. Oh yeah, we like free enterprise and we'll try to lower taxes and things. And then another group said, no, civil liberties are important, and they will. But each group will not protect both of them. The economic libertarians will protect social liberals, liberty, and vice versa. But liberty is one unit. It comes to us as an individual. We have a right to our life. We own our life. We have our liberty. We should have the right to keep our property, and we should have economic liberty as well. Popular, it brings people together. This is a magnificent thing. When you think about it, people use their liberties differently. Most of us can understand rather clearly about religious freedom. We have religious freedom. We have freedom not to practice religion. We have freedom to pick and choose our religion. And that's a pretty important right to have. But we don't